Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Saturday, September 5th, and you can see temperatures around the noon hour now in the low to mid 70s. With the fog lifting across the area that was also quite dense this morning, we'll see temperatures rise fairly quickly now as that sun comes out. We'll get into the low to mid 80s, maybe even some upper 80s across the southern part of the state. So it's going to be a warm, humid afternoon, and thus with that still small upper level low nearby, can't rule out some more pop-up showers and thunderstorms this afternoon during the heating of the day. If we look at the webcam view from a few hours ago at Blissfield, this is around 9 o'clock with showers and thunderstorms developed across the southeast part of the state. And if we look at the satellite, you can see those showers and thunderstorms as they develop here across southeast Florida, Michigan, and then across northwest Indiana, Illinois, back into Minnesota and Wisconsin. And you can see a pretty good area of thunderstorms across that area. If we look at the forecast map for later today, high pressure off to the east, and we got a stationary front that's going to kind of wash out or sink a little farther south and dissipate, but then we're going to see it push right back to the north as a warm front on Sunday. Lots of low pressure off to our west, and you can see that on the low level of wind circulation out into the Midwest and upper plains. You can see a pretty significant storm associated with the trough out west, and eventually that trough, upper trough, is going to move off to the east. And with all this warm, moist Gulf air coming at us, along with the slow-moving cold front, the setup is there for a significant rain event early next week. We could see widespread rainfall of greater than an inch, and maybe plenty of reports of maybe over 2 inches of rain might be possible from the system. We're going to need to keep an eye on that. And you can see, if we skip ahead to Tuesday, you can see that front will be strung out across the Great Lakes back into the plains, and areas of low pressure will move along that, and that's going to prevent that front from moving off to the east, at least until the last low goes by. And again, lots of moisture out ahead of it, overrunning that front. We're going to see the potential maybe of some strong storms and some very heavy rainfall. It looks like it would start later Monday, more likely Monday night into Tuesday, with the heaviest rainfall, and Tuesday night into early Wednesday before we cool down a bit. But there'll be a stronger cold front that'll come through the end of the week, and that'll give us a pretty chilly weekend next weekend as it looks right now. If we take a look at the last 20 growing seasons across the Breckenridge area, you can see right now we're right about in the middle of the pack. And right about a month ago, I projected we'd be around the 2008 levels, which would take us just over 2,400 growing degree days before October 10th or before the first freeze. I don't see a freeze coming up anytime soon, even though it's going to be chilly next week. We should be fine in that department, and then warmer air for the rest of the month pretty much ensures that the crop should reach maturity in most areas, again, barring an unforeseen freeze. And if we look at some of the individual 50% plant date charts and how we're doing compared to the last few cold years that we've had, you can see in Breckenridge, while we're below normal, we're very comfortably ahead of 2013 and 2014. And if we look at Blissfield, they're also in good shape. Of course, they get a couple hundred more growing degree days than we do here in mid-Michigan, so they're in pretty good shape as well. And across Brown City, they're in great shape as well. They're well ahead of this year, and right along or just ahead of 2013, so not too bad there. Newaygo, they grow probably shorter day corn in many areas here, especially across southeast lower Michigan. So they're okay. We'd certainly like to see a little bit more of a bump in their growing degree days here as we go through the month, and I think we will. Well, thanks for stopping by, and have a great Saturday, the great rest of your weekend, and 73s to all.